So the standard that I've chosen for this second video is 6.EE.2a, which is write, read, and evaluate expressions in which letters stand for numbers. And then the A part of this is write expressions that record operations with numbers and with letters standing for numbers. And so let's go ahead and look at the first example. Write an expression to represent 11 more than A. So we can think of this as having a amount of something, and we're adding 11 to it. And that's as simple as it is. But with this example, kids can also write this as 11 plus a, because as we know, addition is commutative. And so say if a was 5, say we said that a equals 5. This will be 5 plus 11, which is 16. And over here we would have 11 plus 5, which still equals 16. And so that's just a way to show them that it doesn't matter which way you write addition. It's commutative, and you'll get the same answer. Now let's look at this next example. Write an expression to represent j minus 10. And it tells us right there what we need to put. We just need to write j minus 10. Now with this one, I would ask the kids, now do you think we could write 10 minus j and get the same answer? And then if some kids say yes, some kids say no, we'll work it out. And I'll say, okay, what if j is equal to 5? This is 5 minus 10, which will give us negative 5. And if we have 10 minus 5, we're only going to get 5 here, not negative 5. And so we would talk about it, this is why subtraction isn't commutative, and you have to write it how it is. Now, for the third example, I have write an expression to represent 7 times r. So times, multiplication. So this is whenever we want kids to stop writing x for times. So I would not want to see my kid write 7 times r anymore. We're past that. That was elementary school. We need to start getting them to write the dot for multiplication. Because if, for example, say this isn't an r, say it's an x. We have 7 times x. Like that just looks, it's just a mess. So we don't want them to do that. We want them to either write 7.r, or they could even write 7r. It's the same thing. But starting out, we would probably want them writing the dot just so they can start getting used to it. And then for this, we could have r is equal to 2. So it'd be 7 times 2, which is equal to 14, or we could have 7 times, in parentheses, 2, which is equal to 14. It's the same thing. Or you could have r7. Like you could write r7 and have 2 times 7, and it'd be 14. It doesn't matter how you write multiplication. It just kind of looks weird with the r in the front. And we don't write it like that. Now for the last problem, I have write an expression to represent 8 divided by t. Divided by 8 divided by t. It's really simple. And so for this one, just think of t is 2. And so we have 8 divided by 2, which would be 4. And that's my little mini lesson on 6th grade expressions.